feel like, even though you may not be married, it's just some things are just common sense of how to behave around a married couple. Mm-hmm. And for me, I don't even like to stand and look someone's husband eye to eye and carry on more than a 3-minute conversation. So when we go to exchange telephone numbers, like I was telling somebody the other day, every type of communication that you have with this couple needs to go through the wife. And you should know that at some point in your life. And if you overstep that boundary, then your intentions were wrong from the beginning.
Porsha wrote a coloring book about wanting to be R. Kelly's main girl despite him having a wife, leaving a woman that was screaming to be let out of R. Kelly's sex cult. She fantasized about her ex-husband being her man when he was in a public relationship with his baby mother. Then she's engaged to a dude whose soon-to-be ex-wife was her co-worker. She met both of them on the show at the same time and started an affair with him. So yeah, journalists are going to ask basic questions and not stroke your ego.
Damn. I'm sorry.
I work for Dish Nation. I am in the world of journalism. So my word needs to be...
Journalism is...
So you're downplaying my job? This word right here is killing me. What's this?
Reciprocation?
Reciprocity.
Let me see, Porsha.
It's a big... It's
Reciprocity?
Reciprocity. No.
That ain't it.
Look at it. Come look at it. Come look at it.
What? Give me there.
Reciprocity.
Hot mess, child.
I would like Porsha to spell scepter. So.
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
Somebody wrote a death on 265 days a year. What is wrong with that?
Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Porsha Guardia is in the building. See y'all.
Well, I guess Porsha Williams is coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta because
Porsha Guardia
filed for divorce, child, and we don't even know if that's truly her real name because you all know I've been reporting about it that the man re-entered this country after being deported due to his criminal past under a fake name and fake identity. Got his paperwork under that fake identity and then decided to file for a citizenship in this country under that fake identity. And that's how he was caught. For those of you who missed that video, I have linked that video in the description below. If you want more information on Porsha filing for divorce, I have linked that video in the description below. Now let's get into the current topic. Man, I saw Simon pinning a comment on Instagram and I said, okay, I have a straightforward, quick video that I can post to stay consistent and move on. And then new court documents were released of Simon firing back at Porsha, and then Porsha also running to the courthouse and filing something else. And I'm just like, really? So we're going to get into the social media side of things, what Simon filed, what Porsha filed. So hang in there with me. Now, if you remember a few days ago, I posted a video about how the nanny is backing up Simon and claiming that Porsha bringing that man to the house with a gun, claiming that he was there to be her bodyguard or security, scared her because she was there alone with the children because Simon is not there. Basically, Simon left his children in Porsha's care with the nanny. Porsha left the house, took her daughter, disappeared, filed for divorce while son was out of the country, came back with a man that had a gun, disappeared again, then came back with her mom, her mother's boyfriend, and another man to regain access to the house. Then Porsha allegedly disabled all of the security cameras. And Nanny is saying she's uncomfortable, she's in fear, and all of that. And Simon is saying, I'm not about to leave my home with my children because you are refusing to leave this house that I bought with my money in my name. Your name is not on this house. This is my house that I bought before we even got married. Yes, you are my wife, so you moved in. It's our marital home, but it's my house. We did not get it together. I did not get it with your money, allegedly. I got it with my money. It's my house. So you are expecting me to abandon my house, uproot my children, and move somewhere else because I got it. When you still have access to your home, you didn't sell it. All you did was moved out and had your mother move in. Your daughter is always over there anyways, so it's not going to be a strange environment. It's just you and your daughter. Whereas I have children that have needs, and I have a family that's bigger than yours, and this is my house that I paid almost $7 million for, and you want me to just simply walk away and give it to you for what? It's not happening, and I'm going to fight you in court. Now, Porsha lives there, so legally there are certain things in their prenuptial agreement and certain things with the law. He can't just tell her leave and she leaves, okay? They have to go through the courts and all of that for that to be handled, but he's not going down without a fight. Now, in the spirit of consistency, where I've told myself, of course, I would love to post more than one video a day and space it out through the day, but at least post one video a day to stay consistent. So I'm holding myself to that. So because of that, I'm going to give you the summary version of what Simon filed in court, but then tomorrow or maybe the day after, I will drop a more detailed video reading everything because it's a lot. But in summary, Simon wants his house back. He wants Porsha out of his house. He wants Porsha to move back to her home that she owns. Simon is allegedly accusing Porsha of fraud. Imagine the scammer saying he got scammed because Porsha filed for divorce. When she filed for divorce, she then said that she wanted their prenuptial agreement and everything to be enforced immediately. You all remember that story that I, released when all of this happened. And to be married for such a short period of time and for his wife to think it's her right to walk away with his almost $7 million home that she did not buy, think it's her right to kick him out, asking him to also leave with his children, which Simon is not doing. His children still lives there with the nanny, and that's why the nanny is saying she's uncomfortable because she's in a home with a woman who did not feel safe in the home that she showed up with a man and a gun, and then the cameras are now allegedly destroyed. So if anything was to happen, there's no place where she feels like she can run to and say, okay, surveillance or the camera is going to capture it, and now it's not just my word against Porsha and all of that. And Simon is saying, do whatever you want to do, Porsha, but my kids are not leaving. This is their home, and I'm leaving my nanny in charge to watch my boys while I'm away to work, but we are not leaving. Now, I can remove myself and go to work and travel and all of that, but my kids are going to have stability, and they are living in this house. They are not leaving. So Simon bought the house. It's his house. However, if you move somewhere and you've been living there for a while, unless the other party can prove that, something harmful happened or you threaten them, something serious where 911 can come out and say, okay, you got to leave, that's different. But what they're going through, even when and if the cops come out, they're going to say go to court. And that's the reason why when he called the cops, because Porsha showed up with a man with a gun and all of that, that's why Porsha is still in the house, because did she harm anyone? Did she do anything? She came This way, for her safety, this is also her home because she's been living there for almost 2 years and they are married, okay? And they do have a prenup and all of that, and there are certain things in there, so that's why Porsha is still there. Simon is also asking that Porsha pays his attorney fees. Simon is willing to take this all the way to trial if Porsha doesn't comply and simply just leave his house and go back to her home, okay? He feels like it's not fair. Let's just say Porsha says, okay, I'll leave. I will go back to my home, but if and when we sell this house, I'm entitled to half. He feels like that's fraudulent and that's terrible that Portia just came in this for his pockets and not because she loved him. I'm like, really, Simon? Now, come on now. You've been in the game long enough to know better. You really believe that it was real? Anyways, let's stay focused, okay? Because there's no way you and I are married for 2 seconds and you think you should get half of whatever I make in profits and the money I make from selling this house or give you this house, then that means you were just here for a money grab. He doesn't want Portia to get a penny. He wants Portia to go to her house, give him his house, and then whatever else they can work out, they will work it out. And because Simon is not bowing down and doing what Portia wants him to do, he claims that Portia sent him a threatening text message that the paperwork is straightforward. You need to sign. If you don't, I'm going to start exposing you. I'm going to take it there and all of that. And he feels like those were threats, okay? She even posted and deleted something on social media. All of that is going to be in the video tomorrow. And I'm just like, you witnessed him put his ex-wife through all of this. And for some odd reason, you thought you were special. Simon is also insinuating that when Portia filed for divorce, they were not married for the amount of time for their prenuptial agreement to take effect. So if, for example, it says if the couple is married for 2 years or 16 months and something was to happen, divorce, separation, the wife is allowed to stay in the home until the house is sold or until a judge says she had to leave or things like that, allegedly, right? Simon is saying that when Portia filed, they were not within that time frame for her to get any of the things that are listed in their prenup. And so because of that, he wants her out of his home. Also, if none of the things were listed within the time frame, but Portia is still trying to enforce it, that means Portia only got with him under false pretense, a money grab, and fraudulent activities. I'm like, imagine that. The scammer got scammed, allegedly. We shall see what's going to happen. The paperwork went as far as even listing a restraining order against Portia. It's a mess, okay? I'll tell you one thing. When you were out here cheating with Portia allegedly, okay, and left your kids with Fallon for 2 months in the house with the nanny, I'll tell you one thing. Fallon did not abandon your kids. She was there, you disappeared, and she took care of those kids with the help of the nanny. She did not leave and moved out. She stayed until you got back. And the woman you did all of that with, for better or worse, it got worse. She ran, abandoned your kids, left them with the nanny, took hers, and disappeared. Now, you might say, well, Simon is not in the country and his children are with that same nanny. So how can you say, or how can Simon say, Portia abandoned his kids when they are with that same nanny and he's not there? Having a conversation and making it clear that, okay, the nanny is going to be in charge 100%. Portia have no dealing or nothing. Now she knows. That way, they can work out how much she's getting compensated, when he's going to be back, their breaks in between and all of that compared to, oh, I just need you to do this here and that here. Their bonus mom is going to do everything else. Now they have a schedule, they have an understanding. So there's a difference. So if the bonus mom is going to be here to handle this, to handle that, and then she disappears, it's like, okay, so is she coming? What's going on? Now they have a clear understanding and schedule, and now she knows, okay, I'm 100% responsible until he gets back. So that's the difference. So let's get into the social media side of things real quick. Remember this post right here where Simon was basically talking about, if anybody can show that he cheated, the reward is now from 50 to 100,000. Okay, I did that video, posted it, great. Well, then Simon came back to make some corrections and he posted this right here listing how long he was married to Porsha. Even though I know what Simon mean, the fact that he wrote the days, it just reminded me about Miss 265 days, his wife. Anyways, let's stay focused. Now, he also pinned 2 comments expressing exactly how he feels, but I'm just not going to come on here and express it. So when you pin a comment or you repost something, that's you saying, I agree with what you are saying, or I like what you are saying or what you wrote on my page. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everyone that clicks on my page get to see and read your comments first. So this person wrote, Porsha made this divorce messy. Now she's going to stew in it. A parable in my dialect says, you cannot ask the one who was beaten not to cry. You run off to file for divorce when I am not in the country without even speaking to me. Abandon my young children left in your care, like I've been saying. Then you ask for the prenup to be enforced and try to kick me and my children out of the only house I own and pay the bills for. I mean, who does that? Porsha quickly turned everything into a fight with threats and harassment. Her love and be his peace turned to hate and violence real quick, and that's because she never loved a man. She loved his pockets, but she picked the wrong millionaire. Ooh. Simon also pinned this comment. Not every man would spend such an amount on a wedding, but you have shown that you are a true man in love. It shall pass. They married for 14 months. Okay. So pinning this comment is Simon simply confirming what he posted and why he posted it. The only issue that I have with all of this is, Simon, please take your time the next time. The same thing goes for Porsha. The children, they make connections to the kids, the blended family, and now they have to go through that whole process of this person no longer being in their life, okay? Valley boys and your boys were very close. You were with her on and off for 5 years, married for almost 2. That's a long time. The kids were connected, and you said absolutely not. You did not want to keep that connection between the kids going, and they were hurt. Now here comes Porsha with Pilar, and then it's just a mess. So please consider your children before consistently introducing all of these different women in their lives. They will be fine. Everything will work out. But now the children are caught up in this hot mess. Lastly, Porsha did exactly what I said in this video when she posted this image, followed by a Bible verse, and then you had people leaving comments for Porsha to leave God out of it. And I said in that video, just because someone is exhibiting certain behaviors on social media doesn't mean behind the scenes they are not being the complete opposite from that. Well, Porsha did file paperwork of her own. I'm going to summarize it and do a longer video tomorrow. This video is long as well. It's almost at 20 minutes. But Porsha is saying that because Simon filed paperwork against Bravo, saying that whatever they have filmed in his house with Porsha so far. He wants to see it because Porsha is not authorized to film from his home. He also wants documents and Porsha's salary and all of these things. And because he's bringing Bravo in the mess, Porsha is saying, wait a minute now, you aren't messing with my money, saying anything about Bravo. Messing with my money, messing with my career, because Bravo shouldn't have anything to do with this. As Simon is saying, leave my house. But if you want to play this game and come for my money and my home, I can play the same game as well and go after your money and everything. So how much is Bravo paying you? I need to know that because you have money too. So it's not a one-way street. So Porsha also filed her own documents. And that was my whole point. Just because someone is looking like, oh, they're unbothered and on social media and all of that, it doesn't mean that behind the scenes, they are not fighting the same battles. But at least she's doing hers in court and not on social media, which is the smart way to go. And then document everything, whatever you can document. Save the rest for TV, even though she's limited because of what Simon did, the paperwork he filed and all of that. So we shall see, but my goodness, it's a hot mess. Anyways, I'm wishing all of you well. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel. Thank you all for going to the boutique website and ordering your pieces and your merch and all of that, and also subscribing to my YouTube members only. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.